Do you know what exactly would happen to make an adolescent boy want to beat his father to death? Adolescent boys grow physically very fast. The basketball jersey that Andrew had just bought not long ago was already so small that it exposed his navel. This game was of great significance. So, Coach Steve told the team members that they must give their all and defeat the opposing team severely. He also told Andrew that as the tallest person on the team, he must perform well. Although Andrew had tried very hard, the team member Nick was really too short. At this time, they kept losing the ball. In the audience, Andrew's father told Andrew to work harder, but Andrew didn't want to have physical contact with others, because he thought other people's sweat was disgusting. The game ended in a crushing defeat. Andrew couldn't even eat much for dinner, but Andrew's father mocked him, saying that he was just a tall fool who had grown a bit taller, and that Andrew had completely wasted his tall stature. Then he angrily criticized Andrew for growing so many useless beards at the age of 12. Andrew's father immediately decided to trim Andrew's beard for him. The monster Maury came just in time. Seeing Andrew's pitiful state, he immediately prepared to call for help. However, it was all too late. While Maury was happily chatting with the operator sister, the beard that Andrew had just grown had already been removed from his face. Andrew's mother apologized deeply for this, but his father was very happy about it. Afterwards, Andrew thought that this whole incident was Maury's fault. If the monster hadn't been so strong, he wouldn't have grown a beard so early, and his beard wouldn't have been pulled out by his father. The next day, Andrew was wiping his mouth when Missy came over. She was first very surprised to see Andrew without a beard. Then she said that one must learn to love oneself. Missy had joined a forum called Girls Are Perfect, and now she had gotten out of the shadow of her breakup. Andrew asked curiously if there was a forum called Boys Are Perfect. Missy angrily said that this society was already a forum for people like Andrew, white people. But in fact, Andrew was just a Jew. To make Andrew feel better, Maury directly shaved off all the hair on his body and became a hairless monster. But even so, Andrew was still very angry. He claimed that Maury's way of shaving off his hair was a painless one, while his beard had been forcefully pulled out. Now his mouth was still bleeding and it hurt a lot. The next day, Andrew's mother was still feeling guilty about pulling out Andrew's beard, but Andrew's father didn't care at all. He had a great appetite and had even gained 2 pounds in the past few days. He thought that Andrew was just a freak with excessive development. Before another basketball game was held at school, Andrew was sure that they would definitely be defeated by the opposing team again, so he wanted to give up the game. But Nick had a different opinion. He thought that they didn't necessarily have to rely on their strength. Perhaps they could also win the game with their wisdom. According to the usual practice, there was Coach Steve's encouragement session before the game, and on the basketball court, Andrew heard his father's angry scolding again. Andrew, who couldn't stand it any longer, prepared to fight back against his father. At this time, there were still 10 seconds left before the end of the game. At this moment, Nick, with his small body, quickly dodged the defense. He successfully made a shot at the last second and won the game.